Thank you for joining me. This is Terry Cramolini, and today I want to do a sketchbook tour. So this is going to progress kind of quickly. I wanted to show you a couple beautiful cover sketchbooks I have that I haven't used much, and I've had them for years. The paper quality, I don't know even who makes this, but it's got these metal studs, leather. I bought it in Santa Barbara forever ago. And I only have, it's mostly writing so far, but I'm going to start using it to sketch because the colors come out beautiful in this cream colored paper. And these are my A Gallo watercolors that are the Italian earth paint watercolors. They're made of, A Gallo uses the old-fashioned pigments from hundreds of years ago for their pigments. So they're just beautiful. Okay, so the other sketchbook is this beautiful satiny. It's getting kind of beat up. Same color paper inside. And I just did some stuff. It's from 2016. 2017, just some soft drawings. This one's a couple months ago, A Tree of Life. This one's just the other day. Anyway, so put those aside. This is a little traveler's notebook, sketchbook. It's really tiny. It's nice for airplanes, stuff like that. Just, you know, I can take it in my pocket or whatnot and do little sketches on a walk, little botanicals, pieces of plants I find. I'll bring like a little kit and do that. Nice leather cover, nothing big deal. They're kind of expensive, but treat yourself once in a while. All right. Okay, so let's move on to this yellow one first. I love this yellow sketchbook. This is a Art Creations. Let's see if I can get the right light on here. Art Creations Talons. I think it's made in Japan, I believe. That's who does talons. Anyway, it has a little band on it, and I've added this little pencil holder that I really like. And I just keep some necessities in it in case I just want to have to wait somewhere. I just have a water pen, a water brush, not an expensive water brush. I don't buy expensive water brushes. It's just a Pentel, but it works. It doesn't leak. My Coom pencil sharpener by Coom, wonderful, love them. And I have a Caran d'Ache Technolo 6B water-soluble pencil. So if I want to just go out and not bring anything but that, I can actually get something done. I'll just add to this picture I was demonstrating with the other day. And I can just do a little picture to get by, to pass the time. I could do people, do a little scene, and it's automatically just water-soluble pencils are great. I love Caran d'Ache, and I like Faber-Castell, I think it's called. Anyway. So that's basically that kit, and that's just enough to get a little sketch in. All right, I'll just put that aside. So I'll kind of, like I said, I want to move quickly through these sketchbooks so you can see how important it is to keep a little diary of your life. I recently ran across my mother's birth card, July 14th, 1932, the new boss in our house. Super cute. From 1932. What am I going to do with it? Stick it away in an album somewhere and never look at it? If I glue some fun little memorabilia inside of my sketchbooks, I can really go, when I'm working on my sketchbook, I can look at them and enjoy them more. Same with this little one. To Mama and Baby from Daddy. It is so sweet. It's so old. Anyway, I'll use sketchbooks to do my color swatching. In the beginning, usually, I won't use a whole lot of color swatching inside of the book. That is such a cool iridescent color there. But sometimes in the beginning, we go on a walk. I'll take my sketchbook with me, and do some watercolor and watercolor pencil. Here's Ned, the cat, cutest cat ever, besides Mr. Gray. So cute, that cat. And some sketches are, you know, testing products, materials. Some are just hit and miss. Some are, you know, success. Some are fail. It doesn't matter. Just go through and sketch. Get things done. This is the love of my life, my husband. This was kind of one that I didn't like. I thought this was a complete fail, and then I go back now and I look at it and I really like it. This is with those wonderful Italian paints, A Gallo. Plus there's some Daniel Smith super granulation watercolor in the background. That was a nice combination, I thought. Little roughs for abstracts. More of Ned. Ideas. Roughs again for abstracts. Then this one, a couple roughs that I turned into, I have it right here, this nice piece here that I really like. I like this in my studio. I like looking at it. It's fun to look at. It's pretty. The colors are fun. So that came from this and this. Then I enlarged it. Trying out some iridescent stuff. I think this was iridescent gouache. Sometimes I'll write what I use on, like if I used iridescent gouache here, sometimes I'll write right here iridescent gouache. So I remember. Sometimes, mostly I won't. I'll just kind of go back and just look at it and go, oh, that looks like watercolor and charcoal. Some kids did this when I did the olive, and some kids did the rest of the stuff. When I did the festival, Third Thursday in Somerville downtown, I sell my hand-painted cards that are like this. This one I'm keeping because it's called Alien Egg or something like that. But I sell cards, these little packages. Everyone's hand-painted. And some things I'll just, you know, start a little sketch and cut it out and put it on a card like this. This was a postcard that I ended up painting. CRAMOLINI.com. That's where you can find my website if you're interested. So I sell these at the Third Thursday Art Festival. You know, little cards and things like that. I sell all that kind of stuff. Anyway, back to this. So it was Third Thursday. Some stuff I saw going on. The little boy drew the sky and I drew all the people I saw. Again, my mother's little card somebody had done for her in 1934. Little sketches of mine. This is parchment paper, kitchen parchment paper. it's handy. It keeps the pages separated. Glycine paper is really nice. It's more expensive. I buy that too for bigger pieces that I sell. This is a gouache pencil piece. Sketching away. I think this might have been imaginary. I like this still life. I want to make this into a big piece, I think. But you know, I'll never get the same spontaneity. So it's almost like if you're going to enlarge something, like this one happened to work, but because I let it do its own thing too. I didn't copy it like per se perfect. But if you're going to copy a sketch, let it have a life of its own. Don't try to imitate everything you got down, because then you're going to take away the spontaneity. That's how I see it. And it's true. Like, don't try to make this vase exactly like this. Make it, let it be its own. If you have an inclination to put like blue right there, put blue. You know, use your mind. It's a little still life, some stuff I bought at the antique store. I'll go to antique stores, and like this bowl was right here. And I'll buy nice little antique-y vintage dishware. Like, I love this bowl here, and I'll paint this like in many pieces. I bought it broken. I loved it so much I didn't care. I actually didn't buy it. I traded somebody a piece of art for it. A potter in Santa Rosa, California. It's our bedroom. Yeah. When I was laying in bed one day, just hanging out, having coffee. That was cool. Another kind of a somber abstract with some of those nice iridescent gouaches. Here's that bowl again. Yeah. Paintbrush. So, I don't know, it's kind of doing 1950s-ish abstracts there for a while. I only ended up enlarging one of them. I don't know if I have a picture. Oh, here's a picture of the one I enlarged. I enlarged this one right here. It's a simple little disc piece. Okay, where was I? So, oh yeah, this piece. I like this. My zebra eating a giant plant. And the pigs and tigers. Just little, I buy little plastic, cute little fun things. And then I'll just put them in the picture. Here's a little plastic bird. So I'll just set it up and draw a picture of it. Oink. And not always. I'll use other pictures. I'll use real life, whatever. This one I wasn't crazy about, and then I just smushed it out with water, and then I fell in love with it. I love this picture. I don't know what it is about it. It's, I don't know what it is. Probably, I never use acrylics or acrylic inks. I use oil, watercolor, pastel, watercolor pencils, etc. But I am not an acrylic person. I love acrylics for other people. They do a great job with them. It's just not the medium I like using. It's a cute little made up table. Okay, so next we're going to go to the white sketchbook. And the sketchbook's dirty. I need to do something on the cover. In fact, the space egg would be a really good piece to put on that. But that's futuristic. Okay, so in this sketchbook, we have this interesting alien pod picture. David and I took a walk, and the guy was mowing the lawn next to the river there. I don't know what that's called, a river, I guess. Here's another one of our walk. Kind of a made up, crazy, bright sunflower. I wanted to try some of this yellow gouache. I get in the mood for a color and I just saturate. And I was loving this pastel and these smooshies. I'm not sure if I showed you in the beginning here. Hold on. The very first picture in here that I neglected to show you. This piece here, it was inspirational that I inspired myself. And I had taken some watercolor. I've taken some water on top of some pastel. And I think that's what happened there. And I just smushed it around, just kind of like wet the little bubble things. And then I came in and I drew watercolor, water-soluble graphite, and some watercolor on top of it. And I love that effect of that background and foreground. So, which brings me to this. When I tried to kind of get the same feeling, but I didn't get the same feeling. So I tried to do that a bit in other places. It's just not as successful as the first one, but that's okay. It has a life of its own. Okay. Made up pod, pastels, Inktense crayons. This is A Gallo Italian watercolors again, just to try them on their own with some water-soluble graphite pencil. Love the A Gallo watercolors. This is just a funky piece I did the other day, just messing, sitting around. Again, sometimes I'm more tight, sometimes I'm more loose. This one's a little bit tighter, like a little botanical. I don't like to do too much photorealism. I like keeping a little loose. I was trying to figure out what I wanted for my fried egg painting that I ended up doing in oil. So these are just sketches towards it. And this nice red. Cardinal sketches. We have cardinals here. I'm in South Carolina. We have cardinals. I come from California. We did not have cardinals that I saw. This one, it's funny. I was filming this yesterday and I messed it up, so I had to refilm this whole sketchbook tour. But this piece here was so drab, and I started filming and I just messed with it and it became something I really like. So that would be a fun thing to enlarge. And I did that the other day at the park. I do a lot of plein air painting, and I'll take a sketchbook when I do plein air outdoor painting, and I will document places and stuff. And not only that, I'll do separate pieces of paper and canvas and stuff like that. I like doing the Inktense and watercolor together, making up these mountainy landscapes. Just a little building that I think I looked at a book of, I think it was Vienna, Austria, where I'd like to go soon. And I just improvised, made it foggy. Here's another one that I hated yesterday, and then I just said, dive in and sketch on it. Some people say, oh, you shouldn't touch your old sketches in your sketchbook. Leave them and look back at them later. Hey, if something irritates you and you want to work on it again, ain't no rules. You can do what you want. Same with this. I'm still not happy with this. I'll probably work on it some more. So I got some new colored watercolor pencils in the mail, and I was testing the oranges, and I thought, oh, I'll just do it on this piece because I didn't like it. So it still needs more work. I'm not sure how, but I might like it later. Who knows? Here's some pan pastel, which I tried, and I returned because I do not like pan pastel. It's just, it isn't me. It's a struggle. Yeah. Here's a kind of funky landscape. It feels animated to me. I really like this, the way this one turned out. Okay, And then I have plenty more to work on that I can show later. I'll mark that to where I last showed you guys. Okay, so quickly, and at the end here, another one of these little pencil cases. This one I had to like pin on because the way this is configured, it just had to be that way. And that's fine, it stays. So anyway, I love this. This is Ranger. And I just love the paper. I love the shape. I love how it has an envelope inside here. You can store things in it. Like maybe I'll just store this little abstract in there for later. And I'll get a surprise when I forget that I put it there. You go, oh, that's an abstract. Wow. Okay, so Ranger. Let's just kind of flip through here. Love goats. Love chickens. Little mini still life setups that could be larger. This I did in oil pastel, which I just started trying them and I've been struggling with them. They're a little bit awkward for me. I use some terpenoid with it to kind of use them as a wet medium, and honestly they're a struggle, and it looks like I struggle, but that's okay. It's not a bad piece, it's just not my favorite. This is the very, oh yeah, and I gessoed the back of the oil pastel since I used terpenoid so it wouldn't bleed through. This is a watercolor, the very first watercolor I did on YouTube, my YouTube channel. There's a little demo. August 2024. I like that one. There's just some you just, and they ring true to you. Now here's where an example of working and working and overworking and overworking, and when I didn't like it and said, I'm going to keep going, and now I love this piece. I especially love this blue in there. I don't know. It's exciting to look at. That's something I'll never reproduce again, and I wouldn't want to. I'd put my energy here, and I don't want to do this energy again. It would be like, no. I don't know. I can't explain it really. It's a logo I was working on. Then this is, okay, this one is kind of, I'm going to get something. It's kind of a repeat of one of this that I did quite a while ago, and I really love the way this turned out on this kind of cream color paper. Actually, this was on the Ranger paper. I cut this out of one of my sketchbooks, which I don't normally cut a sketchbook, but I did. So I kind of went through and did this again, but in a new way. Nice bright pea pod on there. A little different. Some kind of botanical thing. Some kind of a lily. Then I like to do like really just soft, pretty watercolor landscapes. Love watercolor. Love doing it. Look at how pretty those strokes are. It's just simple. Really pretty colors. Then David and I went to the lighthouse beach. I think it was Folly Beach, not long ago. It's a nice empty beach in the fall. Little birds, see you in the sky. And the boat, the big giant boat that moved really fast. And that's another thing. Journaling, or sketchbooks are a journaling memory thing. It's like, oh yeah, that was really fun. I remember that day. I don't remember this day, but I think I made this up. It's kind of a wheat thing. But some days when you document, you remember. This I want to make into a big painting. I love this red. And I love this strange iridescent green and burnt sienna. Just a big painting of that. Just nothing there. Just the colors is so vibrant. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up the vibrancy of this, but it's red. Red, red, hot red. This is the other day at Dorchester Colonial. I did a plein air class. I don't teach. We just meet for plein air. I kind of do a plein air meeting thing. And people just come and paint and draw. We have a place 1 or 2 times a month that we just show up. So basically, that's kind of the deal. And there's that polka dot bolt in sort of in a way. That's all, and thank you for watching, and I hope that you get into doing your sketchbooks and got inspired in some way, because an alien egg may come your way someday and you want to be ready. Thanks for watching. CRAMOLINI.com.